Hello everyone, I'm Christy, and today I want to talk to you about a common issue in relationships, the role of context, emotion, and listening. First, we'll look at a scenario involving two friends, Andrea and Christopher, who are struggling with communication and understanding each other. I'll share some advice on how they, and anyone in a similar situation, can improve their relationship through better emotional expression and active listening. First, let's take a look at the scenario. Andrea and Christopher have been friends for many years, but recently their conversations have become strained. Andrea has noticed that Christopher seems to be distracted when they talk, frequently checking his phone or looking away. Christopher, on the other hand, feels overwhelmed by Andrea's intense emotions and doesn't know how to respond. He thinks she's overreacting to small issues, and this makes him uncomfortable. One day, Andrea confides in Christopher about a problem that she's been having at work. As she shares her frustrations, she notices that Christopher's eyes glaze over, and he starts scrolling through his phone. Hurt and frustrated, Andrea snaps at him, saying, "You're not even listening to me." Christopher, taken aback, responds defensively, "I am listening, but you're always so emotional about everything, it's hard to keep up." This situation could benefit from a deeper understanding of context, emotion, and listening. Andrea feels her emotions intensely and needs to express them, while Christopher, who has a more reserved personality, struggles with how to handle such intensity. Neither of them recognizes the impact of their different communication styles and their emotional needs on this relationship. Andrea could benefit from understanding how her emotions are perceived, while Christopher could learn more about active listening and empathy. So Andrea and Christopher are struggling with communication and understanding each other. Let me share some advice on how they and anyone in this situation can improve their relationship through better understandings. These key ideas are the importance of understanding context, including personality and cultural background, how emotions influence our communication, the role of active listening in fostering understanding and connection. My recommendations are: first, let's consider the context. Andrea and Christopher have different personality types. Andrea is expressive and needs to share her emotions, while Christopher, he's more reserved and finds intense emotions overwhelming and challenging. Recognizing these differences is crucial. Andrea can acknowledge that her way of expressing emotions might be overwhelming for Christopher, and Christopher can appreciate that Andrea's intensity is her way of processing her feelings. Second, let's talk about emotions. Andrea's strong emotional reactions are valid, but she might benefit from learning how to communicate her feelings in a way that's easier for Christopher to handle and process. Techniques like "I feel" statements can help, saying something such as, "I feel frustrated because of what happened today at work," rather than just venting all these strong emotions, can make her emotions seem more understandable and relatable to Christopher. On the other hand, Christopher needs to practice active listening. This means putting away the distractions like his phone, making eye contact, and showing empathy. Simple responses like, "I can feel why this is important to you, and I can see what you are trying to say," or "I'm here for you," can go a long way at making Andrea feel heard and valued. Some actionable steps. First, for Andrea, she can try to express her emotions using clear, concise statements that focus on how she feels and why, particularly "I" statements versus "you" statements. The difference between "I" and "you" may strike you as minor, but actually has powerful effects. "I" language is less likely than "you" language to trigger defensiveness on the part of your listeners. I language creates a clearer impression on listeners that you're responsible for what you're saying and that you're expressing your own perceptions rather than stating unquestionable truths. Second, for Christopher, practice active listening by removing distractions, maintaining eye contact, and responding empathetically. We use our eyes to express emotions, signal when it's time for someone else's turn to talk, and show others that we are listening to them. We also demonstrate our interest in a conversation by increasing our eye contact. Thirdly, together, they can both set aside dedicated time to talk without interruptions, where both can feel safe to express and listen. Setting aside time to talk without interruption from other people or distractions, like phones, computers, or television, can be very beneficial for both of them. In summary, understanding the context of each other's backgrounds and personalities, managing emotional expressions, and practicing active listening are key to improving communication in any relationship. By incorporating these strategies, Andrea and Christopher can rebuild their connection and foster a more supportive friendship. I encourage you all to reflect on how these tips might apply to your own relationship and take steps towards better communication. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care. Have a blessed rest of your week, y'all.